She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan.
Her policies on our website are copied and pasted right from Joe Biden's website. They're not even hers.
Bidenomics is working.
Bidenomics is working.
We have the strongest economy in the world.
Our economy is the strongest in the world.
My Build Back Better framework.
Our Build Back Better framework.
To a steady and stable growth.
Stable and steady growth.
We've come so far since my inauguration.
Our country has come a long way since President Biden and I took office.
Nothing says her vision like copy and paste from the boss, does it? Right, I mean, come on.
All right, my friends, J.R. Dukes coming at you with another video. Appreciate each and every one of you joining me today. And of course, I want to welcome all my free-minded friends. If you have been with the channel before, thank you for returning. If you're new, welcome to today's program. We have a list of brand new ads that have just came out from the Trump campaign, the Trump-Vance campaign, and they're very interesting, and they are definitely what I would call hard-hitting. You just saw the one that ran at the beginning of this video. I call it copy and paste Kamala Harris because, let's face it, folks, she has a deliberate tendency to simply copy everything. She copies her own boss, Joe Biden's policies, and put them on the website as if they were her own. And at the same time, I just heard her in an unrelated news program state she wants to build a ton of middle-class new homes. And the way she's going to do this, you may have heard this before, she wants to get rid of all the red tape that slows down the process of builders building new homes. And of course, this is something that President Donald Trump has been talking about on the campaign stump for quite some time now. So let's go ahead and take a look at this next video where Donald Trump is hard-hitting on Bidenomics.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
So if you're like me, a trip to the grocery store proves that Bidenomics is working fantastic, right? Yeah, it's really working great. Grocery bills are up, what, 20, 30, 40%? I have friends that are paying almost double what they were paying just a year or two ago. Let's be honest about it, folks. Under the Donald Trump administration, the United States saw record-breaking growth in our economy. We had low unemployment, low taxes, and we had tax cuts for individual taxpayers and for our businesses. And in my opinion, this track record of Donald Trump's, his ability to take our economy to the next level is one of the main reasons that we must support Donald Trump in his presidential bid to be reelected president of the United States again this year, especially with all the world issues that are going on, all of these odd and weird rules and laws and these weird policies these woke Democrats are coming out with, especially what I would call this Green New Scam, as President Trump calls it. Folks, this is the kind of stuff that can literally cripple our economy, and we must do everything we can do to stop it. And as far as Kamala Harris, she really has no plan, my friends. She keeps saying the same old things over and over again. She's hiding from the mainstream press. And let's take a look at this next ad and tell me if you hear anything that's kind of a theme with Kamala Harris.
When we talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are one or two specific things you have in mind for that?
I grew up a middle-class kid.
Are they better off now than they were 4 years ago?
I grew up a middle-class kid.
When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was raised as a middle-class kid.
Yeah, that was a non-answer. Trump's team pointing out that Kamala Harris still hasn't answered that very simple question.
The first thing I will do to make middle-class life dramatically more affordable is to end Kamala's war on American energy, terminate her Green New Scam, and drill the baby drill. They stole your auto industry, and we're going to bring it back, and it's going to be at a level that it was in its height. Under my leadership, the United States will commit to the ambitious goal of slashing energy and electricity prices by half, at least half. Together, we will deliver low taxes, low regulations, low energy costs, low interest rates, low inflation, so that everyone can afford groceries, a car, and a home. Very simple.
So, my friends, did you know Kamala Harris grew up as a middle-class kid? Yeah, I thought so. How many times is she going to say the same thing over and over again? Come on, give me a break. Look, Donald Trump's policy, his commitment to put America first is exactly what we need at this important time in our country's history. Donald Trump is committed to putting America first, whether it's in trade deals, energy independence, or the problem we got at the border. Donald Trump is for America and for America first. And of course, this resonates with millions of people that are going to the polls, some of them right now, to vote. Re-electing Donald Trump will prioritize American jobs, American security, and American prosperity.
Kamala Harris is killing the American dream.
Kamala Harris claims to support the middle class, but across the board, the middle class suffers under Kamala Harris's radical policies and agendas. Gasoline, electricity, airfare, groceries, housing, car insurance, and even school lunch costs have surged under Kamala Harris.
Starting on day one, we will defeat inflation quickly and we will make America affordable again. We're getting your prices way down. I will cut your energy costs in half. We will make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far. We will create the biggest, greatest, and strongest middle class in the history of our country. In short, it will be a national economic renaissance. It's time for the working man and woman to finally catch a break. We are going to bring back the American dream bigger, better, and stronger than ever before.
Amen to that. Remember, folks, when Donald Trump was president of the United States was energy independent. We had all the oil we could ever use, and we were a net exporter of oil. On day one of the Biden-Harris administration, they did a lot of things to kill the oil industry, including but not limited to killing the Keystone Pipeline. They have also refused and basically banned any more leases as far as drilling. I know you hear the Harris administration say a lot, oh, hey, guess what, folks? We're producing more oil now than we have ever in our history. What they forget to tell you is that is from leases that were allowed under Donald Trump's administration. Going forward for the next 4 years, if we don't elect Donald Trump, there's no way we can continue to put out the oil that we need as a nation. And we're going to be under the whims and subjected to people like dictators in Venezuela and Putin of Russia.
You could go out and vote right now. So get everyone you know and vote. We want a landslide that's too big to rig, okay? Too big to rig.
The most important person is you. It's you and your neighbors. It's you right now showing up.
We're going to win this election because of all of your hard work.
President Trump knows this, is he needs to be able to stand on our shoulders the same way that we want to be able to stand on his in January.
Thank you for playing a part in this. Thank you for being on our team. We are counting on you.
Please help elect someone who's going to put this country back on the right path and get away from this woke craziness and weakness abroad and open borders.
Trump Force 47 in the great state of Virginia, which we need to turn red, MAGA red all day long on November 5th. We need your help to do it.
Being out there, knocking on a door, and making sure you get folks to vote early. Make sure you link them to be able to get that early ballot.
We're asking you to find people who will vote for President Trump and make sure they show up at the polls.
Trump 7 volunteers today. What you're doing could not be more important.
I know you're supposed to get 10 people, but what if you could get 20? Can you fight?
We're the tips of the spear. We cannot be successful without a whole army propelling us forward. Keep knocking the doors, keep sending the message, and let's go win.
Excellent. Exactly right. This is the kind of commercial I like to see. My friends, it's absolutely critical that we have the tough conversations that are needed to encourage our family and friends to think properly and give them, frankly, the facts they need to make an informed and proper decision, not a decision that's based on lies and based on all of these half-truths that you hear coming from these woke Democrats. This election coming up is probably one of the most consequential elections we'll ever vote in our entire lifetime. So do whatever you have to do. Vote early. Just make sure you vote, and vote, folks, as soon as you possibly can. Appreciate you joining me today. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these new commercials put out by the Trump campaign. Always like to say, my friends, keep that mind free. Never give up. Until next time, I am J.R. Dukes.